So one last thing we forgot to mention that's literally the coolest part. I don't know how we missed this, but since this is a brand new car, it comes with what they call assisted driving, which is basically automated driving.
Hello! This vlog comes to you by...
This vlog comes to you.
Yeah. Anyways, you wonder why we're starting a vlog in the vehicle, why it's so loud. And the reason we're starting in a vehicle is because we'll probably end in a vehicle.
Except a different one.
Except a different vehicle.
Yeah, so we've been keeping a little secret, not really on purpose, but we've been in the midst of buying a new vehicle for a while now. And it finally worked out after like 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to pick it up.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago we negotiated an offer and put down money on a new vehicle, and then we were gonna...
Mom-mobile. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but that's why we're getting a new vehicle. I guess we should mention that too. But go on.
Yes, because it's time to upgrade vehicles, because the Prius isn't really made for newborn kids and really young kids, as far as Danielle having to bend down and like put them, like tuck them in the seat rather than having them higher up off the ground and easier to put in.
I've always wanted to upgrade whenever I got pregnant, because I didn't want to put a car seat in a little car. So it's always been my plan to get a bigger vehicle whenever we decide to grow our family.
And since we're doing that, it's time to get a bigger vehicle. And don't worry, we're still getting a it's not a Prius, it's
still a hybrid. Though.
It's still a hybrid, so we're getting a Toyota Highlander hybrid XLE edition. And so back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
Was that we made an offer on this vehicle, and then we were told, it was at the end of the last month, and then we were told that we needed to come get it in 2 days, otherwise the deal was off. And so we were like, okay. So we planned on going and getting it, and called back and they didn't have it, and then we called the last day and they didn't have it.
They didn't have it at the dealership we were trying to purchase it at. Right,
and because we wanted a very specific one, and we wanted that one because we wanted captain's chairs and stuff in the middle, and so we wanted to get a specific vehicle, and in order to do that they had to order one, but they couldn't find anyone around, so we ended up waiting another like 2 or 3 weeks. But finally, they were able to get one in, and so now we are on the drive there to get it. So tonight, hopefully, we'll give you a brand new vehicle tour.
New car tour. Hello, guys. It's actually been a little while since you guys saw the last clip. We came home late that night, so we didn't show you, obviously. Did you just lock again?
Yep.
We didn't show you, obviously, the car because it was dark, and yeah. And then it's been a while. We just haven't made the time. We've had this car for maybe a month. Has it been a month?
Probably close to it.
Close to a month now.
We haven't made a payment on it yet, but
yeah,
it's getting close. So
it's getting close to payment time.
It's close to a month or a little bit after a month now.
Yeah. So we finally wanted to show you our new vehicle. Yeah, mostly just because I'm excited. Like I mentioned in the last clips, this is going to be like my mom car. This is probably my last like big vehicle purchase for like a long time. The plan is to basically run this car to death. And
since I have the truck I want, we're set on cars for a long time.
Yeah, so these are our cars for like years and years and years to come. So we wanted to show and share them with you guys. I especially am a big Toyota fan. I had my Toyota Prius that I bought in 2016. I bought my Toyota Prius new as well. So it was a 2015, but it was brand new. Nobody had purchased it yet. And so I really love how I was treated by Toyota. I loved the experience of purchasing a new car, and Toyota has like continually treated me well. We've gone to so many different Toyota dealerships to get my vehicle serviced, and every time it's a fantastic experience no matter where we are. So I definitely knew we were sticking with Toyota, which made the decision of purchasing a car like so much easier because we had it down to like one brand or whatever. And then I was pretty sure I wanted 3 rows, so that makes it decently easy too, because you can get bigger vehicles that just have 2 rows. But then I was like, well, like if we're gonna get something big, like let's get that 3rd row back there.
And again, I mean, I'm not 100% sold on how many kids we're having, but if we're gonna, we're wanting at least 2. So if we have those 2 and, grandma or grandpa or someone needs to ride with us, we need to have room for them. So it's kind of the added 3rd row will allow us to take other passengers,
Yeah, and I know that like mostly nowadays, any new car you buy that has a 3rd row, that 3rd row can flatten down, which is how we have it right now, because I actually have a bunch of wedding camera gear back there, which you guys will see. But that's probably the way it's going to be like most of the time, unless somebody has to ride with us. We'll just have that 3rd row down so that we have a big trunk space. Anyways, I bet you're dying to see it. So let us go to the front of the vehicle and show you our new Toyota Hybrid Highlander XLE. Ooh, ain't she pretty?
Yeah, look at that truck back there too. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty too.
So this is the new vehicle. Sorry if you guys can hear the wind. It's supposed to storm today, so we're kind of like hurrying, fighting the storm. This is our garage, by the way. Ignore the fact that it's like literally falling apart. But we haven't tried to fit it in there. Trevor had his hernia surgery, and just with everything going on, I didn't want to do it without him. And I don't think it'll fit. I don't think it's too tall, but I don't know. I think it might be too wide, but we'd have to try and see. But this is the beauty here. She's brand new, 2021. Is it a 2021? 2021 Toyota Highlander. Let's open the doors and see. Can you let me in? Oh, thank you. We have the black leather seats, and as you can tell, we've already been using it.
Sorry. Wedding. That was a wedding. Sorry.
We got the black leather seats, not real leather. Obviously, I don't like to do that when we can make that choice, but a fake leather. It has a wireless charger right here, and then this flips up, and it's like, your normal cubby in there. It has a big fancy screen with Apple CarPlay, which I really wanted because my Prius doesn't have Apple CarPlay. Oh, and we have heated seats, which my Prius didn't have before. Correct. And we're loving the heated seats.
Yes,
they're very nice. What else is cool, babe?
A lot of stuff you'll have to show them while you're in the seat.
Yeah,
like
let me get in the driver's seat and actually like turn it on and show you some of the cool things that are like cool to us because it's a new vehicle. But I think that a lot of vehicles probably have this if you buy anything decently newer, I think. So let me get it in here and get it started. So we have push to start, well, not really push to start, I don't care about that, my Prius had that, but we remote start. And we have a fancy app on our phone that we can just like start it from anywhere. So the first day we bought this, we actually went out to dinner, and once we got our check from dinner, I pulled up my app on my phone and was able to start my car from inside the restaurant with my app. And then by the time the waitress came back with our card and like we were ready to go, we were able to go outside and our car was already running and all warmed up for us and everything, which is pretty cool. So I wanted to show you Apple CarPlay, but it shows you our home right now, so that's not gonna happen. But this is a different screen and it's really, really cool. I'm obsessed with Apple CarPlay. I'm obviously not gonna go into it too much because I don't wanna like
bore you.
Yeah, but I love it because we use our phones for everything like maps and music and all that kind of stuff. So now we just plug our phones in and it all runs through the car with like the same software that we're used to on our phones without having to like hook our phones up on like the window or whatever.
Your car just died.
It didn't die, it just shut off because it's hybrid. I can actually show you how it's working here, which is pretty awesome. So right now it just kind of shut off. It's like an idle, but like while we're driving and stuff, we can see like how the wheels are taking energy and like what's powering the motor, or like if the engine is powering the motor or if the battery, or like where all of the power is going, which is really cool.
It is. I like the temperature that we set things at too.
What do you mean?
69.
Oh, it's 69. Okay. Oh, here we go. It actually turned back on and you can see like where the energy is going. We're obviously not driving anywhere, so it's just kind of sending it all straight back to the battery. Which is pretty cool.
Yes, and then we have 3 ports up here.
Oh, yes.
For phones. And then we still have your...
You can't really see, it's really dark under there.
Your old school cigarette lighter.
Yeah. So we've got 3 plug-ins up here and then also 2 in the back.
Yes.
So whenever we have little ones with tablets or whatever, or family or friends back there, they can plug their own stuff in all the way back there.
So if you're wondering what the hybrid exactly means, it means that we get a lot better gas mileage, and instead of 20 or 22 miles per gallon, we get like 37 to 40 per gallon. So we don't spend as much in gasoline as other people, and especially since we had the Prius where we went from the same exact gas mileage. Well, we used to get like 40-45 with the Prius, but it took us forever to run out of gas, and then it was only $20 to fill it up.
Yeah.
And this is a lot like that. You're not going to spend $100 in fuel unless you go somewhere weird that is really expensive fuel.
I've filled it up twice now since we bought it about a month ago, and I've gone to Indy and back, and
weddings
and stuff like that. And I've actually done quite a bit of traveling recently, and I've only filled it up twice.
Well, how many miles? Yeah, we already have 1,080 miles.
Yeah, 1,080 miles, and it had what, like
500 on it?
No, I don't even think it had 100. I thought it was.
Well, I thought maybe it was like 50 or 60 or something, because they had to drive it to
the location we got it.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we already have put like 1,000 miles on it almost, and I've only filled it up twice. And when I fill it up, it's only like $30. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yes, and it's just so good for the environment. I mean, obviously it's not full electric, but we're trying the best we can.
Yeah. Another cool thing that I wanted to mention up here is that it shows seatbelt status, which is such a silly thing. Like, I'm sure lots of vehicles have it, but I just never had it before. So you can see right now, Trevor and I are sitting in the front 2 seats, and neither of us have our seatbelts on. So...
Hold on, I got this.
Okay. Put your seatbelt on, babe. Let's watch it not be red anymore. There you go. Good boy. Good boy.
Thank you.
Okay, let's show them the back seats, babe. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, because we just stepped out of the car, on that app that I have that we can start our car from, we can also check the status of the vehicle. So we can see if the doors are open, if the windows are open, you know, obviously if it's locked or unlocked, just kind of like how everything is. And we can just like check on and make sure we don't like leave the windows down or something. And then speaking of the windows, before I shut this door and show you more, they come with built-in little baby shade things, or sunshades. I guess it's not necessarily for babies, but when we have our little one in a car seat right here, we have a built-in shade on both sides. One's over by you too, babe. You want to pull it up? Nice. Yes. So this is the second row. We've got these hanging on like little hooks here, so ignore them.
I got them as a birthday present.
Yes.
So if you're not watching those, make sure you go on Facebook or TikTok and watch those.
Yes, exactly. We got these. I got him these little hooks that hook to your headrest bar. But we opted for the caption shares. I wanted to have just 2 seats in the middle here, and then the center has this cup holder. And then I love how throughout the whole entire vehicle, all of the mats are rubber instead of like cloth. So when we have like Cheerios and spilled stuff like that, I can just pick the mat up and like shake it out or whatever, and it's not gonna like ruin the cloth. So right here they have their own, what is this called?
Temperature thing.
Yes, yeah. And then down here are their 2 plugs like we talked about for like iPhones or whatever, USB plugs.
So these are adjustable in the back, so if the back is cold or warm or whatever and need to change it, they can change all that stuff back here. We can change it up there as well, and we can override them, but they do have the option to change stuff back here. Yeah.
And then the third row back here is actually laid down right now, and also this is a net thing that Trevor also got for his birthday. Yeah. So make sure you guys go watch those birthday TikToks that we just installed, so that way when Sky or like whoever, just animals.
Just people that we hold back there, we won't let them come up.
animals, when we have animals back there, they can't make it up to the front or anything like that. So let's go to the trunk and show them the back.
Hold on.
Oh, you want to do it with the button? Fancy. My Prius didn't do that. No automatic anything. So like I said, it's full of wedding stuff right now. We worked a wedding this past weekend, so we haven't unloaded anything quite yet. But as you can see, we have plenty of space back here. This is also a seat, so you won't get to see that third row today, but you guys can use your imagination. You know what a third row looks like. One of the things I like about the third row is that the back of the third row is still this like
matte material,
rubber matte material. So when we do lay it down, it's not cloth on the back of the seats. The rubber mat goes like up and around. So you can see, where can I show you? Oh, right here is like, this is the hinge from where the seat is, and then this is the back of the seats. And it's rubber all the way through, which is so nice because these ones up here don't have rubber. They just have like a cloth or like a fuzziness on the back, which normal third rows, or like at least my back row in my Prius was just like that too. And so when I laid that down, Sky was walking all over cloth and everything like that, which really sucked. But now it's all this mat all the way through the whole thing, even when we have that third row laid down.
Yeah, and it'll be good for, you know, when we do sports and stuff, and people have dirty cleats and dirty, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much easier to clean off when it's
the rubber mat. Yeah. Yeah, and we're, like I said, we're going to have this third row down like most of the time. I don't foresee us using the third row very often unless we like really need to for family or friends that are tagging along, when we also have like car seats or whatever in the first two rows.
Yes. And then this automatically goes down.
Ooh, fancy. So one last thing we forgot to mention that's literally the coolest part. I don't know how we missed this, but since this is a brand new car, it comes with what they call assisted driving, which is basically automated driving. It drives itself.
It's not automated driving. We do not condone automated driving.
It's called assisted driving. So a lot of the newer cars within the last like 5 years will beep at you when you go over the lines and do things like that and kind of give you a tug back. This car also, when I set it in cruise, will follow the lines as long as they're obvious.
Yes.
And as long as my hand is still on the steering wheel, it feels the pressure of my hand. It has some sort of sensor on the steering wheel, so I can't not hold on to the steering wheel.
Which is good.
However, it does drive itself. It'll take all of the turns all by itself. It'll stay in between those lines. And that
to an extent.
Yes. There are like little things that are like silly about it, like when a lane gets added and so it's trying to still stay in between those two lines, it tries to like follow that extra lane and stay in the middle until like the new lines of the new lane get started. But it's a little weird. But once I know that those things are going to happen, and since I'm still paying attention while I'm driving, obviously, I can just kind of like correct it in that moment, because it's just going to try to scoot over and like stay in between that extra lane being added. Mm-hmm. Or it'll lose the line sometimes, especially because we live in a small town and like a lot of the roads we take, even when they're highways, don't have like the best marked edges.
Or the road itself is kind of like choppy, and the sides are lost sometimes.
But it does a good job of like letting me know when that's happening. It usually beeps at me when it loses a line, so I know like, hey, I need to drive. But I am driving because my hands are on the steering wheel. They have to be, or else the assisted driving doesn't even work. Yeah,
and then the thing you love about it most is at night.
Yeah, so at night, like when I'm coming home,
it has automatic headlight beam things and everything.
Yeah, it has automatic high beams.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like the assisted driving when I'm coming home because we do live in a small town. We do live in a rural area. We have to watch out for animals and deer all of the time. And with the assisted driving, while I'm still driving down the road and paying attention to the road, it does give me the freedom to pay attention a little bit more to the sides of the road, to the fields, to like watch for animals in a way that I maybe couldn't before because I was too busy like staying on the road. So now I don't really have to focus on like staying on the road near as much. I can actually watch better for those animals and stuff, and I see animals a lot sooner than I would have before.
Yes, which is good and safe.
Yeah, very safe.
Yes.
Okay, let's go inside and wrap up this vlog. Look at our friend here. She's like, let's go inside, guys. Oh, yes. Have you been outside for way too long? How dare we keep you out here while we talk?
10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
10 minutes.
Okay, babe. Any final things you want to say? You're in the dark back there.
Hello.
Come into the light.
Dang, this shirt though.
Oh, yes. Let's show that off.
This guy agrees because it's her.
Slacker Gaming just got some fancy new shirts.
Yes. Yes, did.
Anything you want to say to wrap up this car vlog?
So far, it's a good investment.
Yeah, we love it a lot. And we are sharing this vlog mostly just because we're excited and we're allowed to show things to you that we're excited about. And we hope that you guys can be excited for us because this means our family is growing. And
yes, because we wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for baby on the way.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for it. And we could have made it work in the Prius. Like, we could have made it work. But it was at a point where the Prius was still at a good value, and if we would have went over 100,000 miles on it, it would have really depreciated quick. So it was kind of like
the perfect moment too. We traded it in.
Yeah, we needed to be able to trade it in for a good value, and so we were able to do that. And then we were able to get I wouldn't say your dream car, but this was like the car you wanted.
The next step dream car. Like the ultimate dream car is like a Tesla. Like who doesn't want a Tesla? But
a lot of people don't want Teslas.
They're crazy. They're not my friends.
Jeez, wow, you just alienated a lot of people.
Yeah, this was like next step dream car. Like I always wanted a Prius, and then when I got that after college, I wouldn't say I always wanted a Highlander, but as soon as I figured out like what I wanted, that was it. And then now this is gonna be our car for a long time. But yeah, we did trade in our Prius, so you guys won't see that anymore. I took one final goodbye picture with the Prius at the dealership, and that was it. It did me well for like 6 years almost.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
5 years. Yeah, it did me well. So I'm so excited to have this vehicle for a long time. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow us on
Facebook.
It'll all be linked in the description.
And TikTok?
Yes, and TikTok now if you want to see his birthday things. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Boop.
Dang, that merch though.
Look at that. Ooh.